We hope you'll be excited about the Cushman Commons project. We have a generational opportunity to preserve open space and historic buildings for our community. These are the two buildings, the Cushman and Adams substations at North 21st and Adams Streets. Before we go too much further, let's take a look at the history of these buildings. You may be surprised to find out just how significant their history is. Tacoma City Light, which is the forerunner of TPU, was one of the first public power companies in the country. Its first major project was to build two huge dams on Lake Cushman on the Olympic Peninsula, with cables running 44 miles to Tacoma, where they ended at the Cushman Adams substations. The cheap and reliable power brought by this project spurred Tacoma's growth and industrial development. This project also had national significance. It demonstrated that big public power projects were feasible, and it directly paved the way for huge public projects such as the Grand Coulee and Bonneville Dams. It was of such interest nationally that President Coolidge symbolically turned on the power for this project in Washington, D.C., with a golden key made by Tacoma's own Lincoln High School students. These buildings are a Tacoma treasure, and it would be great to have the chance to make them accessible to all Tacomans. So what is happening now? Here you can see the front of the Cushman building with Adams on the left. Altogether, it's quite a large site, and TPU no longer needs it. The city has hired OTAC, a Northwest firm, to lead a public process. Part of their job is to listen to the ideas of the whole community about what to do with Cushman. When it's safe to do so, OTAC will hold some meetings to hear the public's ideas and to start formulating a few alternative visions for the site's future. We'd like to share our big vision. The Cushman Commons mission statement is the following: to ensure that the Cushman and Adams substations remain historically conserved public properties, that the buildings are developed for public use on a sustainable basis as a mixed-purpose community gathering place, and that the surrounding land is used for public recreation. The idea of a community gathering place opens up so many possibilities. And many sites just like this have been converted to community spaces all over the world. Repurposed buildings have become performance and event spaces. They can house workshops, classes, co-working sites, cafes. And imagine a park that could provide places to walk and play, to garden, gather, and meet neighbors. There's so much that a community center and park could provide. Now we'll just give you a few reasons why these amenities would be such a great fit here. Tacoma embraces the idea of community centers, but has yet to establish one in the north and west end of Tacoma. As our city grows, it's vital that Tacomans have ways to gather, meet, and form community. Many people have been expressing this need. Over the past 2 years, the North End Neighborhood Council has conducted outreach at area events, farmers markets, Art on the Ave, the Proctor Arts Fest, to ask the public what they think Cushman and Adams could become. We asked people to jot down their ideas on blank index cards or on sheets of paper pinned up in our booth. In September 2018, we held the Discover Cushman event, which included a street fair outside the Cushman building and a chance to peek inside Cushman. Over 1,200 people from across Tacoma came to the event and gave us their ideas. A community center and park were the overwhelming favorites, and many of the other ideas, event space, museum, restaurant, could fit into the broad concept of a community gathering place. But it's not only the community that thinks a community center and park would be a great idea. City planners, the mayor, and city policies also see the same need. In fact, many of the city's policies encourage taking every opportunity to add more public amenities and public space in areas that are going to see a lot more growth, areas such as the Proctor and 6th Avenue districts. And it's particularly important that we seize this opportunity to preserve some open space in the Proctor area. This map shows the need for more parks according to the Trust for Public Land. You can see the location of Cushman and Adams. It's right within an area judged to have the highest need for more park space. We've accomplished a number of things so far, but to achieve our mission, to create a space for generations of Tacomans to come, we will need your support. There are many ways that you can get involved and stay informed. In particular, please contact your City Council members and check the Cushman Commons and the Neighborhood Council websites so that you can learn how to add your voice to the chorus of people who want to make the Cushman Commons a reality. Please also share this video to help increase the number of people who will be engaged in this process. Cushman powered the growth of our city. Now, let's use this site to electrify our community.